Hello everyone. So we are back with another case study, as we have promised to give you some of the short case studies in a very crisp time period. So here I am back with another case study. So let's start with today's one. So you could see that there has been a case of sexual abuse. So you can see that sexual abuse of children has become one of the most pervasive social problems faced by Indian society. Its impact is profound because of the sheer frequency with which it occurs because of the trauma brought to the lives of the victims. Even though most of these crimes have happened randomly and are distinct from each other, there are certain commonalities. Most of the abused children belong to poor families living in slums, and they are largely the people who have migrated to cities for better opportunities. Mainly, this is the crime that has been happening with the people who are the migrants, who have been shifted from one place to the other in search of work. Yet a question, they analyze this problem and explain what behavioral problem migrants face upon coming to city and how these problems lead to antisocial behavior. So the first question. Second question, key question, what steps can be taken to stop this heinous crime against children? Okay, so therefore we will directly go with this case study. So above case study is the main motto to key hoy. Just let me take my pen out. Okay. Okay, fine. So the above case study pertains to social crime. One of the catchword in this case study, that is sexual abuse of children, especially that of vulnerable section. That means the people who are the most vulnerable peoples of the sections of the society, mainly the people who are downtrodden and the people who are migrants. Okay, then you can see that migrants face several behavioral issues when they relocate to cities. Key problem face kore? The first problem that they face is that they are likely to face depressions due to physical and financial stress. Depression hoy. Kihor karone? Jega bodli gol, place bodli gol, manu bodli gol. Okay, obviously at that particular place the needs also differs as compared to their original city or town or place. So etu karone physical and financial stress start hota ahi jay because tate maybe the cost of living is very much higher. So here a problem ahi jay. Second problem ki ahi jay? They feel relatively deprivation and they feel alienated in cities. Obviously, if someone is basically coming in from villages, they will feel alienated in a city area. Village area pa jodi migrate kori ahe, alienated feel koribo kot city area to. Kihor karone city area alienated feel kore? Because the city life is totally different as compared to a township, as compared to even a village life. So etu eta favorable situation ahi jay. Then they are subjected to prejudice leading to discrimination. Okay, supposedly if I say a worker who is directly from Bihar, if he or she directly migrates to a region like Karnataka, then obviously bahut khini barriers ahi jay. And this barriers directly goes for some of the prejudice. Ki like a migrants upai sur hoy, a migrants upai dokait hoy, a migrants upai crime kore, e bilak eta mathat manhor bohi jay. Or তেতিয়া কি হৈ যায়, they feel very much of alienated, they feel very much of discriminated in the society they live in. That's what কৈছে, most migrants suffer due to overcrowding, restricted movements and unhygienic conditions. Obviously, as on migrant যদি তাত গৈ পেলাই পাই গৈ, he will not directly go to a posh area. কেতিয়াও posh area থাকিব নোৱাৰে because of various number of financial stress, physical stress বহুত থাকিব পাৰে. So he will live, or he or she or his family will live in an area which is very much of unhygienic, which is very clumsy, which is densely populated. So in go areas of go pla thakibole jay. So that areas is directly some of the things which this people directly dominates. Aru tate a migrants upai suffer kore. Okay, so that is one of the criteria. Then also there is negative behavior conditioning in slums which breeds criminals. তো আজি যদি মই কওঁ যে এজন মাইগ্ৰেন্ট আহিলে বিহাৰৰ পৰা, এজন মাইগ্ৰেন্ট গ'ল আসামৰ পৰা, এজন মাইগ্ৰেন্ট গ'ল supposedly from Chhattisgarh, as a migrant goal supposedly from other states of India to some of the developed states of India. So immediately he cannot find a good work. Immediately যোৱাৰ লগে লগে যে ভাল কাম এটা পাব, that is not sure. So obviously at some point of time he যেতিয়া এই slums বিলাকত থাকিবলৈ ধৰিব, and we all know that slums breeds the criminals. That is the most dreaded criminals. So at that point of time, if they directly come in touch with this particular people who are criminals, even the migrant who has recently shifted from one place to the other, even he directly involves himself in some form of crime or the other. কারণ খাবলে একো নাই, না পিন্ধিবলে একো আছে, না পয়সা আছে, কিবা একো নাই। সো কি কৰিব, তাতছে গৈ পেলাই জেলত গৈ ভাত কেইটামানটো পাম, dintur bhitor ratitur bhitor. So therefore you can see that these people directly does a crime and they lands up ultimately in the jails, and which leads to even overcrowding of jails. 50 জন এলাও হয় তাতে থাকে মানুহ কেজা 1000টা থাকে. I am just giving a rough sketch. তো মানে ডাবল দা এমাউন্ট থাকে, ডাবল কি ট্রিপল দা এমাউন্ট কেনেবা থাকে. So that is the quality that you can see inside the jails of us. Okay, so a factor 2 হই যায় ইয়াত. কি আহিব আৰু children in slums are deprived of proper schooling, lack parental care and often a dysfunctional family. So আজি কি হৈ যায়, supposedly the children, if a parent has got a children, then obviously at some point of time I can directly say that this children or the parent, they do not have got any responsibility with that particular children. So he will loiter each from one place to other. Okay, he will be sold to some of the areas just to make some of the financial profits. Okay, or even the husband will beat the wife, or various number of domestic problems may come into prominence. The husband will directly go and marry another woman. The women's may directly also got run with some of the another husbands. So a bostu bilak hoy jay, and the whole societal structure directly gets collapsed in this particular slum areas. Aur tetia a problems bilak start hoy. So therefore children directly lacks various number of deprivation, be it schooling, be it parental care, and often a dysfunctional family. So his children বিলাকো যিবিলাক সৰু সৰু বাচ্চা হয় তাহাঁতো ডাঙৰ হৈ পেলাই কি হ'ব, তেখেতসকলো যিখিনি আদৰ্শ পাইছে from their particular parents, so they will directly follow the same path. So এই বস্তুটো আহি যায়. তাৰপিছত we can see that all this creates emotional upheavals in them. So ইয়াতে গোটেই ইমোশনছ বিলাক ডিষ্টৰ্ট হ'বলৈ ধৰে, আৰু যে ডিষ্টৰ্শন হ'বলৈ ধৰে, তো it means that the whole system of migrants or the whole system is directly getting dysfunctional. So ইয়াত এইটো আহিলে. তাৰপিছত to protect the children from sexual abuse, the following steps can be taken. Short term steps কি হ'ব পাৰে, organizing awareness camps to increase the knowledge of law among people. The government তেখেতসকলৰ প্ৰটেকশ্যনৰ কাৰণে কি কি কৰিছে. Supposedly today if you go and say in the slums about the POCSO, কেইটাই জানে POCSOৰ কথা, কোনো নাজানে. So that is the criteria we should directly make them know. তাৰপিছত আমি NGOs can be included to reach out to the slum people. NGOs বিলাকে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ প্ৰগ্ৰামছ, গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ ছাবচিডিজ এইবিলাক গৈ পেলাই যদি তেখেতসকলক অৱগত কৰে, at some point of time they will feel that the government is thinking for them. এইটো আমাক লাগিব. তাৰপিছত workshops can be conducted in slum areas for parents to ensure the ways of safety of their children. Workshops conduct কৰিব লাগিব, so that যিখিনি parental guidance তেখেতসকলে পোৱা নাই, সেই parental guidance খিনি তেখেতসকলে পাই যায়, and they would directly ultimately turn out to be whom? Some of the better individuals of this country, the future of this country. Okay, তাৰপিছত increase vigilance in the vulnerable areas. যিখিনি vulnerable areas জানো আমি, য'ত crime হয়, য'ত এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ slums আছে, সেইবিলাকত অলপ vigilance কৰিব লাগিব. আৰু vigilance is not that only through physical vigilance. আমি drone zones দি পেলাই বা আমি various number of artificial intelligence দি পেলাই we can directly go and vigil those areas. Okay, তাৰপিছত কি আহিলে, strict law enforcement and use of media to highlight the cases. এনেকুৱা টাইপৰ যদি কেसेছ হৈ আছে য'ত চাইল্ড ট্ৰাফিকিং হৈ আছে, সেক্সুৱেল এবিউজ হৈ আছে, মলেষ্টেশ্যন হৈ আছে, তো এইবিলাক জেগাত আমি কি কৰিব লাগিব, সাম অফ দি ষ্ট্ৰিক্ট ল এনফোৰ্সমেণ্ট শুড বি ডান. অ'কে, চ' এইটো আমাক লাগিব ইন দিছ পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ কেছ. তাৰপিছত অলৰেডি মিডিয়াৰ হেল্প লাগিব. চ' মিডিয়াই যদি সেইবিলাক জেগাত গৈ পেলাই ৰিপৰ্টিং কৰে, ফ'কাছ কৰে, দেন পাব্লিক উইল গেট টু ন' এবাউট মোৰ, আৰু তেতিয়া গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ ওপৰতো প্ৰেছাৰ পৰিব টু এক্ট ভেৰি ষ্ট্ৰিক্টলি এগেইনষ্ট দ'জ ইণ্ডিভিজুৱেলছ হু আৰ ইনভলভ ইন ছাচ ফৰ্ম অফ ক্ৰাইমছ. তাৰপিছত প্ৰপাৰ লিগেল এইড ইন জুভেনাইল ডেলিকুৱেঞ্চিজ. তো যোনবিলাক জুভেনাইল থাকে, তো সিন্স দে আৰ ডাইৰেক্টলি সাম অফ দি পিপল হু আৰ ভটকা হোৱা পিপল, চ' তাহাঁতক যদি আমি ভাল কৰিব লাগে, আমি জুভেনাইল জাষ্টিছ বৰ্ড, জুভেনাইল এক্টছ এইবিলাক আমি ৰিভিজিট কৰি পেলাই আমি তেখেতসকলক প্ৰপাৰ লিগেল এছিষ্টেঞ্চ দিব লাগিব. লং টাৰ্মত কি কৰিব লাগিব, প্ৰভাইডিং দেম ছ'চিয়েল ছিকিউৰিটি টু প্ৰিভেণ্ট দেম ফ্ৰম ফলিং ভিক্টিমছ টু ক্ৰাইম. চ' যিমানখিনি ছ'চিয়েল ছিকিউৰিটি দিব লাগিব, আৰু ইয়াতে কথা আহি যায় এবাউট দ্য ইউনিভাৰ্চেল ইনকাম. অ'কে, দিব লাগিব. প্ৰপাৰলি আমি ডিভালুৱেট কৰিব দ্য ভেৰিয়াছ নাম্বাৰ অফ স্কিমছ ফৰ দ্য পুৱাৰ্ছ, ফৰ দ্য ডাউন থ্ৰোডেন, ফৰ দ্য ভালনাৰেবল, ফৰ দ্য ইনফেৰিয়াৰ্ছ, এইবিলাক আমাক লাগিব. তাৰপিছত এনশ্বৰিং প্ৰপাৰ স্কুলিং টু চিলড্ৰেন ইন স্লামছ, সেইবিলাক স্লামছত আমি কৰিব লাগিব. চ' ডেট ইজ দ্য ওৱান অফ দি ক্ৰাইটেৰিয়া ডেট উই নিডছ টু হেভ. অ'কে, তাৰপিছত আমি ৰিহেবিলিটেশ্যন অফ দ'জ হু আৰ ভিক্টিমছ টু ছেক্সুৱেল, ৰিহেবিলিটেশ্যন কৰিব লাগিব. তেখেতসকলক বেলেগ এটা জেগাত আমি দিয়াব লাগিব, বেলেগ এটা প্লেচত আমি ছেফ এণ্ড ছিকিউৰ এনভাইৰমেণ্টত তেখেতসকলক দিব লাগিব. ডেভেলপিং এফৰ্ডেবল আৰ্বান হাউচিং লাইক প্ৰধানমন্ত্ৰী গ্ৰামীণ যোজনা, অ'কে, দেন প্ৰধানমন্ত্ৰী আৱাস যোজনা, এইবিলাক আমি দিব লাগিব থ্ৰু অল ছাচ নাম্বাৰ অফ এক্টিভিটিজ. দেন ইণ্টিগ্ৰেটিং কনচাৰ্নছ অফ ভালনাৰেবল মাইগ্ৰেণ্ট গ্ৰুপছ ইন আৰ্বান প্লেনিং. আৰ্বান প্লেনিঙত আমি মাইগ্ৰেণ্ট ৱৰ্কাৰ্ছকো একাউণ্টত ল'ব লাগিব, আৰু তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ স্কিমছ বা পলিচিজ বনাব লাগিব আমি. attitudinal change through persuasions. Manhok ami persuade kori pela amar jitu prejudice hoy hetu bhangibo lagibo. Aru this will ultimately leads to the change in attitudes. Okay, so therefore uncontrolled emotions are the key source of such problems and they should be taken into consideration during socialization of all individuals. So etu amak overall lagibo, because if a proper control mechanism is there to control all such number of activities, we could see that we will prevent every form of sexual abuse that is happening today in our society, be it with women, be it with the downtrodden, be it with the children, and be with every number of vulnerable people in our country today. So that is all with this case study. So we'll meet you soon in one of the next case study. Thank you for today.